you got to build habits off of kind of where you are and your environment and for you, right? Not for anybody else, for any reason. You gotta do it for yourself.
Transmission received. Authorization granted. Welcome to the video.
What's up, dreamers, and welcome to Driving and Vibing. I hope everybody is having a fantastic morning this morning or a fantastic afternoon, depending on where you are located in the world, and you are awesome. What is the vibe today? I want to talk about habits. I'm gonna talk about this a lot, but I want to talk about what it takes to build habits for a successful wellness journey, for peak performance. And so what does that mean? Habits are kind of the foundation of your successful journey, of a journey in general. So there's bad habits, there's good habits. Bad habits being maybe picking up a soda instead of a water. Good habits being maybe choosing to eat a salad or a sandwich over maybe going to a fast food restaurant, right? There are, those are just some examples. There's tons and tons of examples of good and bad habits. Capitalizing on the good habits and maintaining those being more than, longer periods of time. So 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, 3 months. That's maintaining habits, is what's going to really, really kind of push you into a successful wellness journey. Building habits, and I will say this from experience, building habits is not particularly easy. Breaking bad habits is definitely not easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to tell you, for the most part, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but here's what's important. If you want to break a bad habit and you are motivated to do so, you will be able to do that. Okay, you have to want to do something. An example is I wanted to quit soda, as I've talked about in the past. I wanted to quit fast food. Two, in my mind, things that were fairly simple yet pretty difficult at the same time, considering I was reliant on those two factors, those two habits, a lot. I would drink a lot of soda and I would eat a lot of fast food. I mean, that was my go-to. Now I have to change to make some food or make sandwiches, which is what I started with. The lunch meat sandwiches, fairly easy to do, easy to pack. Only takes several minutes in the morning to do. You can pack that for lunch and there's your lunch. And then the soda I was drinking, every time I would stop at a gas station, I would go in and get one, right? I mean, it's just simple as that. But so breaking those habits are a little difficult to do, but I was motivated to do so. I knew I wanted to stop doing that. Those are the habits that I wanted to change. I wanted to create better habits out of trading those bad habits in. So that's what I did. I'm sure you can hear the car rattling around. I apologize for that. I just wanted to go. I can feel these bumps. This road that I'm taking today is particularly bumpy. I'm not sure why. Anyway, not a habit of mine taking this road. See? So, how do you build habits? Like, what should I do to start? I'm gonna give a couple of examples, and let's see if I forget. Okay, one example is gonna be about walking, right? Just going for walks. Walks are incredibly important. Help with many, many different aspects of health, physiological and mental, right, and emotional. Walking is very powerful. And then I want to talk about kind of trying to change habits on vacation. The vacation one is going to be more experience-based for me. The walking one I've heard several different times, and I'm going to go off of that. So here's a couple examples of what you could do and how you can change or build habits, right? And how you can start habits. We're gonna talk about walking. Let's say you have a dog, or 2 dogs, or 3 dogs. Or let's say you are a dog walker, right? I see this a lot, I hear this a lot. And you take the dogs for a walk. Now you wanna start getting into a healthier routine, fitness-wise, and you wanna start walking. That's fantastic, I love that. So you start walking a little extra for the dogs. You start taking the dogs extra, like maybe you just take them out for, maybe you take them out for 10 minutes at a time. Now you're gonna just do 15 minutes. That's great. You're doing 15 minutes instead of 10. You're letting the dogs get a little more energy out. Now you're getting a little more walking, some steps in. But that is kind of building a habit based off the dogs. So you are building a habit while walking dogs, not necessarily this is not necessarily building a walking habit. So if you want to build, if you're a dog walker, you have a dog and you want to actually walk, you have to change how you look at the activity and change it for you. So if you're going for a walk, technically you're still doing it for the dogs, because I'm taking the dogs out. So let's eliminate the dogs. Let's say you go somewhere and you no longer have dogs. Your habit's not going to be there, so you're not going to really be able to, your habit for walking is not going to be there unless your dogs are there. So you're not really going to be able to just push yourself outside, because you haven't built the habit to do so unless your dogs are present. So you got to do it for yourself. So going for an extra walk with the dogs, that's fantastic. But maybe adding just a 5-minute walk, and that's really all you need to start. You need only a couple of minutes to start building these habits, and then you can build from that foundation. And then once you start doing that, going for walks will be for you. You'll want to go for the walks because that's the habit you're building. And then if you're anywhere else and your dogs are not in the equation, you'll be able to do that walk, and you won't even think about the fact that you don't have the dogs or that you're walking. In general, it'd just be kind of a habit. You have a good habit you have. So there's one example. Another one is, try to change habits on vacation. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I do. I go on vacation sometimes, particularly to my dad's in Arizona. As you can see, it's snowing. We do not live in Arizona. Live in Pennsylvania here, right? And every time I go out there, I think to myself, man, I'm just going to not eat sweets here. I'm going to reduce my energy drink usage, because he lives in the desert. It's harder to get all those energy drinks. I don't really feel like driving, right? I'm not going to drive to go get an energy drink. So like, oh yeah, I'm going to change all this. And let's be real, that doing that on a vacation is not, again, it's the same exact concept. I'm changing it while I'm somewhere else. But once I get back into my own environment, the habits that I have are gonna come right back, because not because I'm changing the habit in my environment. I need to change the habit for where I am currently, not for where I'm going to be temporarily, if that makes sense, right? So when I was, just an example of maybe last year or 2 years ago, whenever the last time we went was, when I went, I'm not gonna lie, I think I need my GPS, but we're gonna keep the video rolling. I need two phones here, right? When I went last time, a year or two ago, I said the same exact thing. I said, I'm not gonna eat sweets. And it turns out, I found out a nice little tidbit about my dad. He eats a lot of sweets. He's a sweet tooth too, no wonder. That's where I got it from, I guess. That's where my kid gets it from. So it's like, it just comes down generations, right? It's so funny. But so we ate, I ate a lot of sweets while I was there. And I drank a ton of coffee. They drink coffee. Well, I guess not my dad, but we all drank coffee basically the whole time there, like all day. It's just like, okay, that's fine, not a big deal. But the reality of it is, I was trying to change a habit out of my own environment anyway. So when I came back, the energy drinks, because I wasn't drinking them, stuck for only a couple of minutes. Not a couple of minutes, that was like a couple of days, right before I was right back into getting an energy drink. I come across it at a store, I see it, sparks my interest again, grab the energy drink, and there goes the habit that I was attempting to build, but it was out of state, right? So you got to build habits off of kind of where you are and your environment, and for you, right? Not for anybody else, for any reason. You gotta do it for yourself, including location, right? So that's kind of my take on building habits right there. There's a lot that goes into building habits on top of that, but I think that is a great starting point, a great foundation, a great outlook on how to build habits that will last. So if you have any tips on habits, by all means, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear what you maybe do to get your habits started or to maintain habits. If you like the video, you can hit that subscribe button, hit that like, which is a thumb or a heart, whatever it may be. It really greatly helps out the channel here, and I hope to see everybody in the next video. Check you later, dreamers.